Good morning, students. You are heartily welcome to this online class. This is our second session of chapter 3, and let us recapitulate whatever we have studied in the first session. So in brief, I am describing. We have studied about the matter. What are the different states of matter? That are the solid, liquid and gas. We have also discussed about the solid, different characteristics of solid, different characteristics of liquid, different characteristics of gases. We have also discussed about the very special term related to this chapter, that are atoms. Atoms are the building blocks of all substances. They are the small particles. We have discussed about the molecules. The chemical combination of two or more atoms are called molecules. We have also discussed about the elements or substances that is made up of only one type of atom is called elements. And then we have discussed about the compounds or substance formed of same or different elements joined chemically are called as compounds. We have also discussed about the pure substances. An element or a compound is a pure substance. We have also discussed about the mixture. Mixture is made up of elements or compound mixed together, but in any proportion. Compounds are mixed together but in a fixed proportion. We have discussed about that, how the formation of the substances used to take place. Atoms combines together to form elements. Elements combines together to form molecules. Molecules combine together to form the compounds, and compounds combine together to form chemical substances. These things we have studied in the last previous class, and in that previous class I have given you one homework that you have to separate the pure substance and the mixture. So let us discuss the answer of that question. Now let us discuss the answer of this things. First material is mixture, second is iron, third water, soil, lemonade, gold and oxygen. Now we have to classify whether these materials are substance, pure substance or a mixture. So let us discuss the answer of this. So air is a mixture. Air is considered to be as a mixture. Iron is a pure substance. Water is a pure substance. Soil is mixture. In soil many things are mixed. Pebbles, gravel, stones, all these are mixed. Lemonade, it is also again the mixture of many substances. Gold can be considered as a mixture. According to that, if the gold is pure, then it cannot be used for the making of jewelries. So the gold that are used for jewelries, they are called as the mixture. Oxygen, it is a pure substance. Now I think all of you has understand the answer, and you also have understand the difference between pure substance and mixture. Very important term is the chemical substance or a chemical symbol. Chemical symbol, what do you mean by this chemical symbol? Chemical symbol is what? It is a notation of one or two letters representing a chemical elements. We have studied about the elements. This is for example hydrogen. So hydrogen is represented with the symbol H. Hydrogen gas is represented with the symbol H. Now silver is represented with the symbol Ag. So H is also alphabet and A is also alphabet, G is also alphabet. So whenever we are representing any of the chemical symbols, we use the English alphabet letters for the representation of the chemical symbols. So chemical symbol is considered to be as a notation by the help of which we can write a symbol of a particular elements. It is a way of representing elements. Now I am going to give you few elements that you have to learn it. Without learning these symbols of the elements, we cannot have the formulas, because when you will learn the symbols, then only we can learn the formulas. So I am giving you few elements. You have to learn it simple by heartly to make the form. Now let us start with the name of the elements. You have to learn like this. Name of the elements and symbol is given. Now first is hydrogen. Hydrogen symbol is H. Sodium. Sodium symbol is Na. Magnesium. Magnesium symbol is Mg. Aluminium. Aluminium symbol is Al. Calcium. Calcium symbol is Ca. Potassium. Potassium symbol is K. Potassium symbol is K. Iron. Iron symbol is Fe. So these all are the symbols of the elements, and these all are the name of the elements. So you have to learn name of the elements along with its symbols, so that we can have the formulas. So next that topic we have to study about the formulas. Now next is copper. Copper, it's the name of the element, and copper symbol is Cu. Gold, Au. Silver, Ag. Carbon, C. Oxygen, O. Oxygen is O. Sulfur, S. Nitrogen, N. Phosphorus, P. Chlorine, Cl. Bromine, Br. Iodine, I. So these all are the symbols that you have to learn in the same way as I have said you, like carbon C, oxygen O, sulfur S, nitrogen N. Like this you have to learn it, so that it becomes easier for us to learn the formulas, write the formulas. Let us know about the chemical formula. What does the chemical formula means? What does it tells us? Chemical formula is what? Chemical formula is based on the substance on which the composition of the substance is. It depends on, it indicates what? Types and number of atoms of each kind present in the substances. So let us learn what is chemical formula. Chemical formula tells us the number of atoms of each element in a compound. Means with the help of chemical formula, we can recognize the number of atoms of each elements in a particular compound. Now chemical formula also contains the symbol of the atoms of the element present in a particular compound. In this way also you can represent it. So chemical formula is what? Chemical formula is just, it is used for to know that how much atoms of an element is particularly present in a compound. Just for example, let us take the example of the chemical formula. Like for example, we are having water. Water formula is H2O. Salt, common salt that we use, that formula is NaCl. So what is H2O? How we can know why its formula? So formula means what? Formula means that it is a symbol that represents the atoms of the element present in a compound. So H2O is a compound. So H2O contains what? H2O contains what? H2O contains two molecules of hydrogen and one molecule of oxygen. Chemical formula is what? H2O. H2O means oxygen is one and two molecules of hydrogen. So hydrogen, how much atom of hydrogen is present? 2. And how much atom of oxygen? 1. So the ratio is 2:1. So now we are representing H2O as a water. So the formula of water is H2O. So it is called as chemical formula. In the same way, salt. NaCl. So how much atom of sodium? 1. And how much atom of chlorine? 1. So 1 atom of chlorine and 1 atom of sodium makes what? NaCl, and NaCl is the formula of what? Common salt. So these all are the way by symbolic representation by which we can know the formula of a particular substances. Known about how to write the formula. We have to know, we have discussed what is chemical formula. Now we have to learn what are the steps by which we can describe formulas. So let us learn the steps to write the formula, and for the writing of formula we should know about its charges, whether it is positive or a negative, it is anion or the cation. So we should know it. So first of all I'll discuss the steps, and then we will discuss that whether the particular element is anion or the cation, whether it is positive or negative. For writing the formula, valency is very important, and in the after writing the steps we will discuss that also. Now first step, write the symbol. Without writing the symbol we cannot have the formulas. So first step, we have to write the symbol. Now second, determine the valency or charges of each symbol and write it as a subscript. Subscript means, just for example, we are describing about the NaCl. So we have written the symbol. Na is the symbol of sodium and Cl is the symbol of chloride. So NaCl. Now subscript means what? Na is what? Na is +1 and Cl is -1. So this is called as a subscript of the charges, ions. So that's why here determine the valency. Either you know the valency very good. If you are not knowing valency, then you should have the charge of each symbol, means sodium also and chloride also, and write it as a subscript. So write it as a subscript. You have to write at the upper side. That is called as subscript. Now the next step is determine the common multiple of the charges and balance the total positive and negative charges on the cations and anions. Now you will see that what do you have to do? You have to see that whether both the side their charges are equal of both the elements. It should be equal so that the formula should be described easily. For example, I am showing you. Let us see the example. Here the sodium chloride, NaCl. So now we have to write Na +1, Cl -1. So we will do the crisscross method for writing the symbol. Writing the formulas, we will do the crisscross method. So Cl will take +1 and Na will take -1. Plus and minus, there both are the 1. So it will be cancelled and it will be written as NaCl. Clear? Now let us discuss about the MgN2. Mg charge is +2 and N2 and charge is -3. So now again the crisscross method. So Mg will go to the -3 and N2 will go to the +2. So it will be written as Mg3 and N2. Nitrogen will go with the, because when we will do the crisscross method, तो जो नेगेटिव था उसको पॉजिटिव चार्ज मिलेगा और जो पॉजिटिव था उसको क्या मिलेगा? नेगेटिव चार्ज. तो Mg को क्या मिलेगा? 3 और N को क्या मिलेगा? 2. तो वन अगेन द फॉर्मूला इज मैग्नीशियम नाइट्रेट, Mg3N2. Now the steps are clear to you all. Once again I will revise. First of all, for writing the formula we have to write the symbol. Secondly, we have to determine valency or the charge of the particular symbol of each element, and we have to write as a subscript charge. Determine the common multiple of the charges and balance the total positive and the negative charges on the cations and the anions. As per I have given you the example. Now student, I have told you that we have to learn the symbols along with the charges so that it become easier for you to write the formulas. So name of the ions I have given you and symbols along with the charges. Sodium Na plus +1, magnesium Mg +2, aluminum Al +3, calcium Ca +2, hydrogen H +1, copper Cu +2, iron Fe +2, zinc Zn +2, ammonium NH4 +1. Once again I will give you name of the ions along with their symbols. Sodium +1, magnesium +2, aluminum +3, calcium +2, hydrogen +1, copper +2, iron Fe +2, zinc Zn +2, ammonium NH4 +1. So this is the symbolic representation of the elements along with their charges. So students, whatever the charges are present on this particular element, they are only the valency of these elements. जो चार्ज पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट्स के ऊपर प्रेजेंट है वही उस एलिमेंट्स का वैलेंसी होता है. ठीक है. सो दैट विद द हेल्प ऑफ वैलेंसी वी कैन मेक द फार्मूला. तो सोडियम हैव वैलेंसी, सोडियम वैलेंसी 1, मैग्नीशियम वैलेंसी 2, एल्यूमिनियम वैलेंसी 3, कैल्शियम वैलेंसी 2, हाइड्रोजन 1, कॉपर 2, आयरन 2, जिंक 2, ammonium valency 1. Clear? Now these all are the plus charges. Now come to the negative charges, because without negative charges we cannot have the formula. So let us come to the negative charges ions. Chloride Cl -1, oxide O -2, hydroxide OH -1, carbonate CO3 -2, sulfate SO4 -2, nitrate NO3 -1, acetate CH3COO -1, phosphate PO4 -3. So these are also the valency of these negative anions. Chloride Cl -1, oxide O -2, hydroxide OH -1, carbonate CO3 -2, sulfate SO4 -2, nitrate NO3 -1, acetate CH3COO -1, phosphate PO4 -3. So these all are the valency of this. Chloride has valency 1, oxide has valency 2, hydroxide 1, carbonate valency 2, sulfate 2, nitrate 1, acetate 1, phosphate 3. So you have to learn the symbols of name of the ions along with their symbols with their valency. It will be very useful for you to make the formulas.